that.
Good evening, all you minties, and welcome back to another episode of Reels Talk with your host, the amazing Amanda, and my lovely co-host, the Uncanny Omar.
It is the Christmas edition of Near Mint Condition Reels Talk.
Yes,
so we figured we'd kick it off with a Christmas superhero movie, and are bringing back our segment of Was It Really That Bad, where we go back and rewatch something that was rated bad at one time by the internet, not us. Even though some of us believed it was a bad movie.
Yeah, but though honestly, when Omar is, if you've watched our show or if you've watched anything on Near Mint, you would know that Omar is not a fan of Iron Man 3 at all. Hello, Jordan. Hello, David. And yes, but when I did do my research on this, it actually isn't the worst rated movie we have reviewed for this segment. Right now, it currently stands with a Rotten Tomatoes score of 79%, almost 80%.
Rotten Tomatoes.
With an audience score of 78%. Even the cinema score, the IMDb score, is at a 7.1.
Dude, what is up, Trigonosis? I ain't seen you for like a minute. He's waving hi, by the way. For some reason, we can't show pictures on this stupid thing. What's up, everyone? I can't stay, but I was just I'm coming here to give my vote to Iron Man 3, my favorite Iron Man movie. Have a nice evening. You're just going to bounce. You're just going to bounce after that. What's up, Josh? Iron Man 3 was the worst of the MCU. Then Love and Thunder came. This is going to be interesting. That's why I wanted to do it, right? Because I wanted to go back and watch something that I remember not being a fan of when I watched it in theaters. And then I rewatched it because I was doing a rewatch with my daughters a few years back. Still not a fan of. So I'm like, okay, now that we've seen the MCU phase 1, 2, 3, and 4, is it still at the bottom for me? So this is it is interesting to go back and rewatch. This is my third time, maybe fourth time watching it. I did watch it on a flight when I was traveling for work. Watch it once in theaters, never watched it again to this day. I still get so mad when I remember about what they did to Mandarin's character, making him some comedic actor. Right, and I thought about that, and I thought about what they've done with Mandarin since then, and then going back and watching this. So we're going to find out tonight if it was really that bad. Let me get a couple more comments. The news van at the end shows he's in Chattanooga, being a Chattanooga native. I found that very cool. Shout out to Chattanooga, Chi-Town. Nope, that's Chicago.
Yeah, it's Chicago.
Shat-Town? Nope, that sounds bad. I shat my pants. That's a past tense. Never mind. Sorry about that, David. Sorry about that. Hi, I'm Josh, here speaking for the internet. Not a great movie. Rest in peace to Mandarin and what could have been. Well, he's minus. Dude, what's up, Nick? I don't understand the hate for Iron Man 3. There's a lot of people that love Iron Man 3, by the way. Yeah. You rather watch a terrible movie than Primal? I say, shut up, Josh. Don't make us feel guilty. Iron Man 3, no dinosaurs eat baby dinosaurs in this movie. Iron Man 3 cannot be bad because it has a Silver Centurion armor. It has so many armors. My favorite Iron Man armor. It looked awesome so the stealth armor looked awesome for about 2 minutes. I feel like the comic book fans don't like this movie, and Shane Black fans do. Long Kiss Goodnight I love that movie. So I like
Bang Bang too. Yeah, he
both, and I see the flaws, but I really enjoyed it. This is my nostalgia speaking, but I absolutely love Iron Man 3. Objectively, I see its flaws, but my subjective rose-tinted glasses make it one of my favorite MCU films. I don't read Iron Man. And that might have been my problem. At least Iron Man 3 didn't have an awkward sex scene like Eternals. Was it awkward because they had their clothes on? Is that why?
It was just the whole thing was just awkward.
I think a Shang-Chi subplot helped ease the pain, which we might talk about that subplot. So we will warn people ahead of time that we might talk about that subplot.
Spoilers for Shang-Chi, which we've already talked about several times right now on the show. But yeah,
I was excited during the Iron Man 3 trailer because of the Hulkbuster armor. Then I saw the armor and hated the film. Trevor was the worst part of Iron Man 3. The best part of right. I feel the same, Phil Owens. All right, let's go. What is Iron Man 3, Amanda? Where did this take place?
Okay, so Iron Man 3 was released all the way back in May of 2013. That was a long time ago.
10 years ago.
Yes.
Almost.
Like almost 10 years ago. It made 174 million opening weekend, which is great. Total domestic gross of 409 million, with a total worldwide gross of 1.2 billion. It was the second Marvel movie that made $1 billion at the box office behind Avengers. Obviously, we've had many movies since then come and go that have made $1 billion for the Marvel franchise, but this is one of the first to do it. Like I said, it didn't have as low of a rating as I thought it was going to, only 79%. But sometimes I think that some critics do look at some Marvel movies with rose-tinted glasses, and that could have been the reason. It was directed by Shane Black. It was the first film in the Iron Man franchise that was not directed by Jon Favreau, which I didn't realize the reason he didn't direct it is because he was supposed to direct some Magic Kingdom movie that never came to fruition. Like, yeah, I looked it all up. I was like, what? Wait,
the one with George Clooney?
No, that's Tomorrowland, or
son of a bitch. I just got my Disney movies mixed up.
And no, it never happened. And then I looked it up and come to find out that Disney still planning on doing something like a Magic Kingdom series now on Disney Plus, but it's not going to be what like Jon Favreau was going to be like a night at the museum thing where they come alive at night, but now it's going to be different. And each like
so is that movie still coming out by Jon Favreau? Because I saw his Jungle Book. No, I did not see Jungle Book. I saw that he directed Jungle Book. And I kind of went, oh, wow, they're going to take him the Sam Raimi route of those type of movies.
Exactly. No, he's not. That never happened. So they're going a different direction with Magic Kingdom. But that's really interesting. But yes, it stars, obviously, RDJ is back as Iron Man or Tony Stark. Gwyneth Paltrow is back as Pepper Potts. Jon Favreau does get to play in it as Happy Hogan, though he's pretty much, encumbered the entire movie. Stuck in a coma, if you will, or knocked out. So
I'm okay with that because
he doesn't
one of my least favorite parts of the movie is Happy Hogan. I've never liked Jon Favreau's take on Happy Hogan.
Pretty good in Far From Home. He did some great.
Okay, you put rose tinted glasses on any.
He had a great Spider-Man. Talking to Peter in the.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Come on, that was
all right. Then Avengers Endgame, the whole little burger speech got me. All right, what up?
Anyways, and then of course we are introduced to our villain, which is Guy Pearce, who plays Aldrich Killian, or the real Mandarin. I got that gift ready. He's the real Mandarin. That was not good.
Boy, the CG in that movie.
And then of course Ben Kingsley is introduced as the Mandarin, which we later find out is
his first name is Trevor.
Trevor Slattery, a British actor. Who is pretending to be the leader of the 10 Rings, which we all now know.
Oscar-winning Ben Kingsley.
Yes. Gandhi Ben Kingsley, yeah.
And don't forget.
And don't forget the most important introduction in Iron Man 3.
Oh, I got this one. Hold on.
That I love.
The most important introduction in Iron Man 3.
No.
Gotcha. Darcy. Nope. That's Thor. Whoops.
I'm talking about Ty Simpkins as Harley Keener. If you guys have watched the show before, because of this movie, all I want in my life is Iron Man.
That's it. She doesn't ask for much.
I don't ask for much, but that's what I want. And look at him. This is him. So he's in The Whale, starring Brendan Fraser. And so this is him recently. He's grown up. He looks like he could be a superhero. Here he is with the whole cast.
My brother just texted me judging me. Because I share a Netflix account with my brother, and he's like, Firefly Lane, really?
Oh, I'm watching it too, by the way.
And I'm like, don't judge me, you asshole. I don't judge him for his weird documentaries he's into. So this is a joke that between Amanda and I since I guess 2013. She immediately, because you were living in Little Rock at that time.
Yeah, I was. Mm-hmm.
So she texted me out of the blue going, did you see Iron Man 3? I'm like, of course I did. And she's like, oh my God, what's his name again?
Harley Keener or Ty Simpkins, whatever. Yeah.
What's not the character? What's the actor's name?
Oh, Ty Simpkins.
Okay. So she texted me going, this Ty Simpkins kid's got just signed an 8-movie deal with Marvel. Oh my God, he's going to be in this and this and this. And I'm like, who the hell are you talking about? And you're like, the Iron Man kid. And I'm like, that little dude? I'm like, yeah, he signed a movie deal. It doesn't mean they're going to put him in everything.
But they did throw him in Endgame at the funeral. So there we go.
Because he's got an 8-movie deal with them. They're like, oh, we got to use this kid up.
Yeah.
So, dude, I haven't seen this dude in forever. This is how we bring you out. Cyclops is better than Wolverine. I'm feeling so silly. that this is even a question. Iron Man 3 was utter trash, just a pure shit show of a movie. I love the big difference of opinion.
I know. It's so polarizing.
You ever seen Virgin River? It's kind of like that. It's that bad.
It's like, okay, so Katherine Heigl, Sarah Chalke play these childhood friends who grow up, and there's a lot of female friendship bonding drama that goes along with it.
Season 2 goes into this is a little too much drama territory, but I'm still gonna watch.
That's right.
I'm still gonna watch. So yeah, Iron Man 3.
Oh yeah, don't forget your favorite version of Rhodey also is in here, Don Cheadle.
But
now playing Iron Patriot.
Yeah, but Don Cheadle had already replaced.
Yes, I know.
Where are my gifts?
Terrence, I didn't get rid of anything. I just added.
You say that every time. There we go.
No, but yes, but he is now called, instead of War Machine, the president is calling him Iron Patriot because I guess it is a better name, tested better than War Machine, right? And everything takes place in this movie after the events of Avengers, the original film, where Tony is suffering from PTSD.
So is this the
going into the wormhole? Go ahead.
This is the first post-Avengers movie?
It was, yes, exactly.
Wow, no wonder that really good then.
Oh, yeah. And so it opens up with a voiceover narration from Tony. He's obviously talking to someone. We think it might be us, the audience. We later learn in the end credit scene that it is, in fact, his buddy, Bruce Banner.
Wow, way to go all the way to the post-credits.
I know, right? I mean, spoilers, guys. Do we need to put it out for a 10-year-old movie? Spoilers, everyone.
Me too, Josh.
But, yeah, so that's Bruce Banner before he got, like, comedified. Anyways, so we are introduced to a lot of characters early on in 1999, New Year's Eve in Switzerland, Sweden, one of those countries in Europe, and they're at a party. He meets this scientist who she is working on some regeneration technology and science, and she's attractive. Her name is Maya Henson. He also meets another scientist named Aldrich Killian, who founded this company called AIM, which we all know from the comics, of course. And he wants to talk to Tony. Of course, Tony would rather go, be alone with the sexy female scientist than hang out with
he was more of a playboy back then.
Yes, and less of the Tony we know by the
time. In case you are a comic book reader, this originated in the Extremis storyline, which was by Adi Granov, and of course Warren Ellis wrote that story. So it did borrow some elements of that, not too much, other than Killian and in the whole Extremis idea. But even the Extremis idea was a little bit different. What is up, Shonda Sook? I ain't seen Shonda Sook in a minute. Iron Man 3 made me lose hope in humanity.
I
love this man. Worse than Love and Thunder? No way. Is it though? We're gonna find out tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna find out how we feel about this compared to Love and Thunder.
I wonder if the villain could be called Killian. Dude, what was Jean-Claude Van Damme's name in the Expendables 2? Was it Le Villain or something like that? It was something amazing, and I'm like, holy crap, the Expendables just went there. I think it was something like Villain was his last name. I think
so. So obviously everything in 1999 sets up, as Tony Stark says, we create our own demons, right?
I mentioned this earlier. She loves that song.
Oh yeah, I got that too.
I can't stand, oh my gosh, I can't stand that song. So I was not even happy with the beginning. Iron Man 3 felt like an for RDJ MCU contract. Feige and company came to their senses. What had he already signed on? Like, was this the time that he renewed his contract?
I want to say it was because obviously he had done his 3-movie arc. So they still needed him for Civil War, Avengers Ultron, and then all the Avengers. So I think they had to renew it. And that's when he started making the really big bucks.
Or did they renew the contract after 1?
I don't think 1, because they still hadn't. I don't know if by 1 they were ready for what became the MCU yet.
You know who wasn't ready? You know who was ready, but they weren't ready for? I'm just saying. One
day he's gonna make a comeback in the MCU as some other character maybe, and it'll be insane.
What's up, Jimmy? How are you, buddy?
Yeah, Jimmy.
And King Judge said after my Jason Aaron Thor read, Love and Thunder is the worst in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's what happens with these movies. Sometimes, like, we go into it going, okay, I've read Extremis, I like Iron Man, it's one of the best stories they can borrow for it. Holy crap, the Mandarin's gonna be here. They've been building it up since the first movie.
Yep.
Not sure why I held up two fingers. The first movie, and we got this. So I think maybe that's why I was upset. For non-comic book viewers or readers, rather.
Yeah,
going into this and seeing like a fake out of the Mandarin, you're like, okay, who's this? He's an actor, and the real bad guy is this guy from Memento. Cool, I guess.
The guy from Memento. Well, I mean, yeah, yes, Time Machine. Anyone else see that version of Time Machine?
I did. You know, that was directed by H.G. Wells' grandson.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep, that is a really pretty. There's a whole really pretty speech about time travel. The time travel is possible. I've always loved that your memories are like a time traveling back to the past, and your dreams are traveling to the future. I've been a fan of like H.G. Wells and like since that quote. It's such a beautiful quote, and that has nothing to do with Iron Man 3. So let's just keep going.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So when we're back in present day, Tony is dealing with his PTSD. He doesn't sleep. All he does is tinker and work on his many suits, much to poor Pepper Potts, her detriment, and where he has these nightmares in the middle of the night, and one of the machines tries to hurt Pepper, and he has to shut it down. So of course she ends up sleeping on the couch because she's like, screw this. But she also is running Stark Industries. Happy Hogan's got an upgrade. He's now head of security. And that's where we're introduced to Aldrich. After all this years, Killian is back. He looks hot because of the Extremis. Apparently Extremis makes you attractive, as well as
he's hot because he's burning on
the inside. But it makes you attractive, and as well as gives you the ability to regenerate your limbs. And he obviously worked with Pepper a long time ago. We all know his relationship with Tony is not the best, but of course Pepper turns him down. In the meantime, there's also the Mandarin, which is a Bin Laden-esque type of terrorist
it's a bunch of terrorists that are doing terroristic acts, and they're filming themselves.
They're happening around the country.
And they're claiming that they're the ones that did it.
For it. Yes.
And which was interesting because, like I said, this was kind of leading up since the first one when we saw the dude with the 10 rings in the first episode, the first movie of Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly. So we had an idea that these 10 rings, we thought, okay, this is all coming full circle. And Happy growing suspicious of Aldrich Killian and his henchmen, who is also a good-looking dude, I guess, but he was always good-looking. It didn't because of Extremis. It's just
what?
Well, because I mean, how did Guy Pearce get so good-looking after he? Never mind. It doesn't matter. So Happy Hogan follows.
I mean, obviously, were you not paying attention to that part of the movie where it helps you regrow things like his arm or all the military people?
Skin salesman, I guess.
But even though it's a minor thing, they never did explain. But does it make you evil? Like,
well, that's my yeah, that's
they never explained like why all these people went evil, even the military people. Like, were they evil to begin with?
Like, no, because they don't look evil when they're talking on their interviews. When you see it later on, when he's watching the interviews, Tony Stark. So was the agreement, if you're going to go through Extremis, you have to be my evil henchman? Was that like a plan that Aldrich had?
I feel like that was left out. Like, there were a lot of weird things that they introduced in this, like the whole PTSD thing with Tony. Like, thinking about it, that actually makes sense, and I thought it was a pretty cool. Like, okay, obviously by the time he meets Thanos, this is the part where he's like, I've been thinking about you since I went through that hole, right? Like, so maybe this is where it begins, but they never went back to that. It was almost like, I beat Killian, no more anxiety attacks.
Now I know how to get rid of this and remove it.
But don't worry, this will be back later. Don't worry.
Exactly. But it was weird, right? Because that wasn't the whole part.
His armor? I was like,
it wasn't the whole part of him was overcoming his anxiety, which they did when they had. That's what I think. I like the moments. I know where are you talking about? That's why I like the moments with him and Harley so much, because that was the time where he actually talked about his PTSD, because Harley is a kid and he was like, hey, let me talk about that wormhole. Can we talk about that wormhole? Or, hey, are you on medicine? Do you need to be on medicine? Like, the kid was bringing up a lot of things that he was trying to ignore for a long time. And I would have been okay if that was a whole movie, but it's fine. It's not what happened. So basically, when Happy Hogan follows this guy to the Chinese Groman Theater, of all places, he's talking to another soldier who is having trouble with the medicine, and he ends up blowing up because if you can't control it, or if you have like the wrong dosage or whatnot, it blows up. And that's how they're making these bombs. They're people. That's why there's no remnants of bombs. And of course, Happy's there, and he gets put into a coma because he is too close to the blast. But of course, Tony is able to use his technology to make a map of the scene with his AI and figure out what is Happy looking at. Oh, he's looking at some dog tags. What do these dog tags mean? Right? Oh, thank you, Rib.
Thank you, Rib, for the super chat. Not to derail, but I like the panic. I thought that was done well, by the way. Yes. The panic scene at the restaurant when they're eating there. They were in Florida or wherever they were. Him and
they were in Florida.
The most nuanced we were ever going to get, and really humanized him for me. Yeah, when he steps outside, he gets into his armor too, like almost like a security blanket.
Yes.
Get out of this anxiety attack that he's having. He goes to the doctor and like, oh yeah, I just had a real bad panic attack. He was like, what?
Exactly. And then we got so focused on Aldrich Killian's weird plan that it kind of derailed the PTSD talk. And of course, Pepper getting, extremified.
Okay, I need to talk about this. I tweeted to the writer that I love the Westworld, that line when he calls him Westworld. I remember that because when I was rewatching, I'm like, wait, this is before the show. And not a lot of people had watched the movie nor read the books. So, and this was apparently ad-lib by Robert Downey Jr. That was a good ad-lib.
That was a good ad-lib. And then I also thought, I was like, wait, Westworld wasn't out in 2013. Oh, thank you, Sebastian.
The TV show wasn't. And you know what? Westworld ain't going to be out in 2023 either.
No, it's not, guys.
It sucks.
It is donezo. So they did kind of jump the shark on that TV show, though. I'll give you that. It just went.
I haven't seen the new season, so I can't. Anyone gets excited when they go to Florida. What about Disney World, though? Disney World's a magical place. Nobody gets excited.
I never get. I love even waiting in lines. I'm okay with the Disney World. It just makes me happy. That's weird. Anyway, so he's.
I do remember this marketing. The Subway bags, the lunch bags they had for Iron Man 3. I do remember that.
They did. He did ad-lib the Galaga joke. He did do that.
Yeah, he was really good at that, ad-libbing. I mean, solid. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Robert Downey Jr. in Tony Stark.
Yeah, the two, where does one end and the other one live? And and we could talk about, he had a really great rebuttal to Quentin Tarantino saying that the actors in Marvel movies aren't actors.
All right, okay. Things get taken out of context. I love Tarantino, so I understand what he's saying. I think people blew that out of proportion. Yes. I actually understand where he's coming from, though. He said they're not really acting to, like, he's not calling them bad actors or anything like that.
No.
In the roles that they portray, is that really considered acting as different than movies that require you? Well, never mind. That's gonna dig a hole that I don't want to get into. So
let's not do it.
Rest in peace, Gallagher. That is the first one I've seen. He passed away I believe it was the same day that Jason David Frank passed away.
Mm-hmm.
But Gallagher smashing watermelons up in heaven.
That's right. So after Happy Hogan gets caught in the crossfires of an explosion and put in the hospital, Tony Stark basically threatens the Mandarin. And next thing we know, he gets a visit from Maya Henson at his house, and all of the camera crews are at his house. And it is California because he's on that cliff. Where he's at. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the Aldrich Killian's guys are there, and they blow his house to smithereens. Because
that's what you do when you give your address out. And he's like, by the way, what did he say? He looked at the camera. It was such a stupid Tony move. This is my address. Come and get me.
Yeah, exactly.
And they go and blow up his house. Anthony Mackie actually said that years ago, that people don't go to the movies to see Mackie, that they go see Falcon. Yeah. Actually, that's not true. I go to the movie theaters to see Tupac because Anthony Mackie portrayed Tupac in that Biggie Smalls movie, which was such a weird casting choice.
Yeah.
It was really weird to see him casted as Tupac. Shakur.
It is a weird casting choice, but yeah. No, I went to go see like future Spider-Man movies to see Tom Holland. But I mean, that's me, I guess.
Yeah, you also saw some crappy movies to see Tom Holland.
Yes, I did. See? And they're supposed to be acting movies. Like Cherry.
Ugh. Well, he couldn't act, though. That was the problem, remember?
Tom Holland can't act? Is that what you're trying to say?
I didn't say that. That came out the wrong way. Don't Tarantino me and take things out of context. The problem with Cherry Bomb was that it was just a bad movie. And yes, rest in peace to the goddess, Kirstie Alley. I had the biggest crush on her. Oh, my goodness, those eyes. And, oh, man.
Yeah, we were talking about that. She was a big part of my childhood. She's in a lot of movies that I watched growing up. So, may not see eye to eye her on the modern day issues, but she was a great actress and she will be missed.
I go to the movies for the lighting. You're such a light. Everybody remembers what I said about Catwoman. I said it had good lighting. And that was all I could say about it. Tom Holland can't act 2022. Well, you know what? He ain't acting in 2023 because he's taking a break. So
yeah, he's probably going to get married to Zendaya. I don't know. It's just a thing they talk about.
Quit spreading rumors.
Yes. Okay. So back on track. Basically, after the attack on his home, he somehow ends up in Tennessee because his suit malfunctions. Jarvis kind of goes out of commission and he hides out in this kid's garage. And the kid just happens to be a major Iron Man fan and kind of smart. And his name is Harley Keener, aka Iron Lad. And if he doesn't show up in Ironheart, I'll be sad. Because it's in my fan fiction that he shows up at some point and him and Spider-Man have like reminisce about their time hanging out with Tony Stark. Anyways, it's a fan fiction I have of mine.
Oh,
it is. Uh-huh. So basically, he enlists his kid's help to repair the suit. And in the meantime, because he's in this town, that's where he goes to this town to look for these dog tags for this one bomb that predates all the Mandarin attacks. So he's like, what is this about? And we couldn't find out it was a soldier who came back from the war, had some PTSD, and I think he was injured. And also the extremist folks are looking for his mom at the same time. And then another battle ensues. They threaten poor Harley's life. And of course, him and, Tony makes a great team. They're able to defeat them. The girl, for the time being, is an actor.
Yeah. He could be good. I don't know. I didn't see Uncharted. Anyway, to be fair, the argument against Tarantino, besides actors like Tom Cruise and The Rock, how many actors are actually the reason people go to see a movie? It doesn't apply to MCU actors. Amanda still sees. Yeah, I don't know. Not me, but I think some people do. Some people do go see Ryan Reynolds. He's a funny guy.
One day, Omar will watch Spirited. Maybe that should be our Christmas movie review.
You can go to hell.
I just want to hear your review.
You're talking.
I just want to hear you review Octavia Spencer.
What about? Oh, wait, Octavia Spencer is in that too?
She sings in it. Yeah, she's Will Ferrell's love interest.
And Octavia Spencer is.
She's Will Ferrell's love interest.
How did you not make me suffer through Thunder Force? That's the question.
Oh, because I don't care for. I don't know. I got over Melissa McCarthy's.
Both Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer in a movie about superheroes. Yeah. How have we not done? Is it really that bad for that?
Because no one wants that. All right. So basically, after this, then we come to find out and learn that Aldrich Killian is working for the Mandarin, or so we think. And then, of course, Tony enlists the help of War Machine or Rhodey and Pepper Potts.
Iron Patriot at this time.
Iron Patriot. And then Pepper Potts also becomes Aldrich Killian's prisoner. And when they finally are able to locate the Mandarin, they get to his house, which I think that's in Florida. Come to find out, he's just a British actor who just took the job and didn't think anyone was getting hurt, didn't think anything was wrong. And we learn from Aldrich Killian that this is all his plan to basically take the president, put the vice president as a puppet president, and then he can be the leader and on the war on terror, and he'll be funding all sides of it now that he has his puppet president in place. Because with extremists, he can have all these soldiers who can regenerate. He can sell it to the U.S. He can sell it to all of our enemies, and we can all fight. And it's a war on terror. It's a big thing. And how this came out of him getting rejected from Tony Stark in 1999 is beyond me. Like, whoa. But
I feel like there were some things that were left out.
Yeah, they're wait, from my synopsis or in his plan?
No, not from your synopsis. From his plan. Probably, yes. And the editing in the movie might have been some of my issues with this too.
Yes. Because they kind of go back and forth in different, so in that middle section, it gets hard to follow. Where are we at in this movie? But at the same time, they're also, the plan is they captured Iron Patriot to get into his suit and then use the suit, put a dummy in the suit or put one of their guys in the suit to get on Air Force One and capture the president or kill him. I think it's kill him, capture him. Then they were going to kill him. And then they have this really weird scene in the air on Air Force One where Tony's trying to play the monkey game where you're linking all the monkeys together.
I'm not going to lie. That scene was actually pretty cool though.
Oh God, that scene, I was like, this is kind of hokey. That was my least favorite scene.
They actually jumped out of a plane. That's practical effects, Amanda.
It is, but
if it was
you think the whole thing was practical effects?
Yeah, they really threw Robert Downey Jr. in a freaking suit without a parachute. No, I'm talking about when you see people falling out of the plane. I'm like, holy crap, they really threw people out of the plane. That's cool.
But then they did this monkey thing. They could not have done that.
You don't roll your eyes at Iron Lab. You roll your eyes at the monkey.
No,
how else was he? He could only carry 4. He could only carry 4.
And think about it. In 2013, of course they're going to set up because they didn't have Spider-Man rights yet, or they didn't work with Sony. So we need someone.
What?
I don't know.
They jumped out of a plane. That was awesome. Dude, that's Point Break awesome.
All right. So basically, he has taken Pepper hostage. He injects her with the extremists. And now they have to go find her and the president. And they end up at this shipping yard. And we have a massive fight scene. He brings in all of his suits. We get the Hulkbuster. We get all the armor. And so you see all these suits attacking all the guys. And we could talk about what Extremist does for people because it's not consistent. Are you invincible? Are you not invincible? Because it seems like he can really kill that one guy. Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, if he was casted as Iron Man instead of Robert Downey Jr., he would have done it.
Yes, he would have. That's
and he
true.
Really would have shocked people's hands to close.
Yeah.
No CG for him. Monkeys in a Barrel is the best moment. Thank you so much.
Did I lose you?
You were frozen for a second. You were frozen.
I don't know why my internet.
That's the best moment because you were agreeing with me. So thank you.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, so we end up in this big, massive battle, and I don't know how he planned. He ends up blowing up Aldrich Killian, and even though then we get this moment where Aldrich Killian reforms and says,
"Yeah, like the scary German guy in what's it called?
Yeah.
Die Hard."
Exactly. And then he gets knocked in the head by Pepper, who showed up and looking all buff and working out. And she all of a sudden, Extremist also gives you the ability to do superhero ninja moves. And she ends up killing Aldrich for good. Again, the same technique that Tony used. So how on earth, I'm still confused as to how it all works on what's the invincibility ratio with Extremists. Anyways.
Right, because the suits were just blowing these guys left and right. Yeah, oops, blowing the guys up left and right.
Yeah.
I think I watched the wrong Iron Man 3 movie.
Yeah, they did too.
Damn it. Where was I? Oh, yeah, okay, so the invincibility thing. Yeah, the suits were exploding these guys left and right, whereas earlier they were having issues. I can't use
the suits, how strong were the suits? It also changed depending on what the writers needed right at the time for that particular scene. So that was a little bit of an issue. So at the end of the movie, Pepper's like, I'm scared. Tony's like, don't worry. I fixed this once on the back of a napkin at a party in 1999. I could fix it again. So he fixed her, then also decided to fix himself, which didn't really fix the PTSD problem, I don't think, anyway. But it fixed him having this piece of shrapnel and stuff still stuck inside of him. And so we get that heart that we later see in Endgame, the proof that Tony Stark is a heart. Yes. And then he has this nice little moment, which makes it seem like we're done seeing him in the films. And he just says that he's a changed man and you can take away his house, his tricks and everything like that. But you can't take away the one thing that he is. And that is that he's Iron Man. And then it goes to an end credits scene where he's hanging out with Bruce Banner. We find out this whole story is being told to Bruce Banner, who's like, I'm not that kind of a doctor. So one of those funny little moments, because we don't know if we're going to get a Tony Stark back by this point until he re-signs the contract. And that was the movie.
Tony Stark or
Happy Hogan.
Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. And Happy Hogan woke up watching Downton Abbey because that was also the reason they did that. Fun fact is because it's also Jon Favreau's favorite movie.
Well, it was
Probably
a TV show.
It was TV show, sorry. Yeah.
Not enough AC/DC, but they had the Blue song at the beginning. Tony Stark could have sold his prevent people from blowing up technology to all the humans in the Transformer films, and it would have made billions. All right, so let's talk about this movie. Let's talk about the things that didn't work for you first. Let's talk about the things you didn't like about this movie. I'll go first because, the whole thing with Mandarin pissed me off coming out of that theater. I was so mad. I'm like, okay, it doesn't have to be comic book accurate. I get it. But it also doesn't have to go that far and crazy. How did they miss this opportunity to have like Iron Man's greatest villain?
Yeah.
Who they set up so obviously there is a bad guy. And I know I've seen, again, spoilers for Shang-Chi if you haven't seen Shang-Chi, but the real Mandarin shows up in Shang-Chi. And then Trevor turns out to be the best part of Shang-Chi to me. You didn't see it in the theater. I remember texting you going, there's one there's one thing that redeemed Iron Man 3 for me in here. And when you see it, you're going to know what I'm talking about. So I felt like it was lacking that villain because I love Guy Pearce. I think he's a phenomenal actor and he did great in this. But even that villain, I mean, we already had that in the second movie in a way with what's his face,
the wrestler. Yeah, I don't remember his.
Not Mickey Rourke. It is Mickey Rourke, right? Not Mickey. Mickey Rooney is Mickey Rourke. And what is his name? The guy that dances. The guy that.
Oh, you're talking about the guy from Charlie's Angels and. Oh my God, 3 billboards outside of why do I know everything he's in? I can't think of his name right now. Someone in the chat, please help us. For the love of God.
What is his name? He was in Moon.
Justin Hammer. Well, yes.
No, Justin Hammer, but what is the actor's name?
The actor's name. What is the actor's name?
Sam Rockwell. Thank you,
Sam Rockwell, yes. Gosh, darn it. Can't think of that guy's name. But yeah, we already had that character. And Guy Pearce
we had a similar character like that was kind of faking being,
but not as doofy as Justin Hammer,
right? But still slick, and I feel like that's kind of what they brought back here. Anyway, I feel like this was needing a true villain, and that was one of my biggest issues. The guy that dances. You mean
Oh, where's that? Why do we have that meme still hanging out?
I don't know. My wife and Maddie have cleared out the memes, and all I get are things like. What is even that? What is that?
I don't know.
I don't even know what this is. Oh,
I don't know what this is. I do know what this is. That is
what Iron the hell is this? Is that Iron Lad? Okay. First of all, no, get out of here. What is this? No, because that Iron Lad is not what you think it is. That Iron Lad is actually Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, I know it is, but it doesn't matter.
My bad, girl. Go on.
See it, but it doesn't matter. He looks like it's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not really him on the left either. Okay, somebody drew that.
I know.
Or photoshopped it.
Okay, so you didn't like the Mandarin twist and the true villain.
I did not like the Mandarin twist. It's better now with Shang-Chi. I will say that.
Age has helped it, yes. Or further storyline down the road has helped with easing that reveal for you. Maybe.
I believe so. And also the things we've seen, because this is phase 2, right?
Yeah, it's the end of phase 2.
Or is it phase 1?
No.
Avengers was the end of phase 1.
Yes. I thought Ultron was the end of phase 2.
Right, but we're talking about Iron Man 3. So is Iron Man 3 the beginning of phase 2?
Yes, because yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Hi, I hope you're all doing well. The reason why I enjoy this movie is because it portrays PTSD accurate, at least to me. Other than that, take care. Joey, you're such a good guy, man.
Yes, Joey.
So yes, it is phase 2. As long as you still have Kat and Salma, yes, those are the only 2 apparently I'm allowed to keep. Oh, wait. No, they're not. There's also, oh my God, where are they? I can't even find them. Where are my gifts?
I don't know, because we don't have our Catwoman gift either anymore.
Oh my God, the Catwoman gift.
I'm gonna look it back up. We're gonna add it back. Yeah.
Shang-Chi's how you successfully retcon something.
It's true.
Actually, that is a good example of a good retcon. I actually agree with that. What about you? What didn't work for you besides Iron Lad Kid?
No, that did work for me. Or the fact that there wasn't enough of him. No.
It's too much for me, but you go ahead.
Yeah, so I think what didn't work for me is we had 2 competing storylines.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the idea of the PTSD, which I thought was a great storyline. And then there's the competing storyline of this, your past coming to haunt you with the villain. And I don't feel like they did a good job of meshing the 2 storylines together. Like they had to just kind of shoehorn in his PTSD and all of this in sequences where he was dealing with what was going on with Aldrich Killian and the Mandarin. They had to shoehorn in the PTSD factors instead of it being about PTSD. I think it would have been a very compelling full movie for Iron Man, and instead it kind of gets shoehorned into places, except for in the beginning of the film or in those scenes where he actually gets to talk with Harley and has the panic attacks and things like that. Those are the times where it works in that respect for me. But then other times you're having to like shoehorn it in. And so I think that for me was probably the biggest downer. I actually liked the Mandarin twist. And I never read the comics, so that's why
Did you like the Mandarin twist like the first time you watched it?
I thought it was clever. Now I don't like Aldrich's reasoning. I still feel like Aldrich's a weak villain because he didn't have a good enough. I wish that they had the twist with a better reasoning or anything, like something behind it. I wish it was stronger.
Even leading up to something that could be the real Mandarin. I think that would have been good. And
exactly. Like it was all a fake out, and there is really a man, like the really Mandarin was behind all of it. Which I know they have the Long Live the King short, right, that comes after that, and that's where he gets taken by the actual Mandarin, which we see then later on imprisoned over there. But yeah, for me, I did like that twist. But overall, it was just the way the plots, and they had to shoehorn that PTSD moments in there to still make it a superhero film and keep in with what we expected from superhero films, especially around 2013, 2014 timeframe. We had and that action sequence. I know you like Monkey in the Barrels, but I did not care for the Monkey in the Barrel scene.
Wow, really? I thought that was such a cool scene. I didn't mind it mainly because I appreciated. Holy crap! They threw a bunch of people out of a plane to do this stupid thing, but I dug it. I thought that was cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Amanda,
that
you want to cue? Let me see where it is. I'm sorry. Andrew also liked the Mandarin twist.
Oh, good, Andrew.
I am the Mandarin. You want to cue that up, Amanda?
Oh yeah, I got it. Here we go. Ready?
What?
Oh, that's where he's just about to get his head smashed in by Pepper Potts. Yeah, and it wasn't interesting, but yeah, overall. And then, of course, and another thing I didn't like about the film, and we mentioned this briefly, is that there was no consistency in powers and what it means, like when you get extremists. And it does feel like the writers were writing what works for that scene we need this person to die, so now he can die, right? Like the guy, the henchman who was pretty much his main henchman up until Tony finally kills him on Air Force One. I was like, wait, that's how easily he goes down? This guy seems like he's a pretty hard guy to kill, but he went down pretty easy. It's whenever it's convenient, then it changes. Same with the Iron Man suits too. And, that's just the writing for convenience. So they changed a lot of the consistency of it. Yeah.
Homelander in America.
Yeah,
but he took the true hero's way out. Important question. What was your favorite armor? Oh, stealth. You saw the stealth armor back there. I love that. Actually, I like that scene when he was like, "Oh yeah, we got backup," and Rhodey's like, "Hey, where's my armor?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, they're all coded for me. Sorry."
It's sorry, you don't get armor.
Robert Downey Jr. being, that the whippy young Bob Hope that I really liked. Like I thought, God, watching that again made me miss him being in the MCU.
Yes,
I feel like he's the guy that can walk into any type of movie or show, and you're like, everything's gonna be okay. Tony Stark is here. Oh my God, Love and Thunder sucking so far. Oh wait, Here comes Robert Downey Jr. Everything's okay, or whatever show you didn't like.
Yeah, I will tell you, I do appreciate his armor by the time he gets to Endgame, because boy, his private parts, man, that was rough. Watching those scenes where the stuff comes out, his suit comes out of it, like
just like, why is he
that nanotech that's like that's much better.
That's a lot better. That's a lot easier on the crotch than like getting slammed by you.
Yes. Yeah. Boy.
Okay. Was there anything else that did not work for you? Wasn't this the movie?
It was.
When Benjamin puts his gun down, it's like, I don't even like for these people.
Yeah, it felt very kind of AIM-like for some of the AIM that I've read in the comics. Aren't they? Because most of AIM's henchmen are like wearing those yellow suits, right? They're kind of just all the same. Yeah.
Like they're the hazmat suits.
Hazmat suits. Yeah, they're always doing a hazmat suit thing. So
that's what they look like.
Yeah, but other than that, I think that was the main issues that I had with the film were just that, the writing.
Yeah, I think some of it felt a little weak. I would have liked a better villain for Robert Downey Jr. to play off of.
Yes.
The two plots that you're talking about, the two things that were happening at the same time, they were okay. That's right, the beekeepers, as they call them in WandaVision.
And he doesn't even actually interact with Aldrich all that much either.
No, at the very beginning, and then towards the end when he's actually fighting him, except for the scene where
there's never a back and forth. And go ahead.
I'm sorry. I will say the editing wasn't up to par with what I wanted. Even the editing in the first two movies. I'm not a fan of Iron Man 2, but the editing in Iron Man 2 was better. However, I thought this one had the coolest ending scene with the fast flashes of like the different Iron Man movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
thought that was really cool. I don't know why. The music, I thought the music was solid. Didn't have an issue with it. Not enough AC/DC, as somebody said.
Yeah.
So the question is, was it really that bad, Amanda? And anybody that has watched this,
we haven't talked about what you liked.
Oh, what did I like?
Because we have to talk about it from all angles. So we know what you didn't like.
There were some CG.
What I like.
There were some CG for the villains that I did not like. I forgot to mention that. There were a lot of CG with the extremists that I wasn't a fan of.
Still talking about what you don't like. So what do you like?
Okay, hold on there. Pump your brakes, girl. I'm getting there. All right. What did I like? Robert Downey Jr., of course, kills it every time. I love his character. I love his Tony Stark. I like that Happy was taken out of commission for the entirety of the movie. That made me happy because I'm not a fan of Happy Hogan or the movie Happy Hogan. I like that Iron Man has to go to a Home Depot to make some stuff. Like, we have to show how smart he is, but then again, like there are some things that I'm like, I don't know if that works. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Pacing was okay. It was a little better than I remembered. Guy Pearce, excellent actor. Ben Kingsley for what he did. Jose Fuentes, really? That's what. Okay. There were some funny things in this movie, like the whole thing with about the villain with like, I don't even like these people. I love the suits.
Yeah.
I love all the suits showing up. That's something that I've wanted to see in a movie. The remote control. Oh, and when he's remote controlling the suit that gets hit by the truck, that was a really cool surprise. I got caught up into the fight.
Not realizing he was not in the suit the whole time.
I didn't see that coming. And honestly, I like the monkeys in a barrel thing. That was.
I know you do.
I like it was pretty practical effects, man. Chemistry between Pepper and Iron Man, Tony Stark, solid. Actually, Rhodey was pretty good in this movie. Like he beefed up for this one when they're like running around and stuff. Like he doesn't. Of course, he's older, right? But he was working out for this one, and it showed.
Oh, yeah.
What if Paltrow was working out for this one? Because I remember sports bra and
she looked good.
Her arms were pretty, see definition there.
Yeah.
Plot was okay. So those are the things I did enjoy.
There we go.
A lot of good parts in it, just doesn't come together. Well, maybe ultimately the editing could be that too.
It could be the editing. Yeah.
Is Iron Man 3 your favorite Christmas movie? Not by far.
No.
Yeah, I agree. Don Cheadle looked great in this movie.
He really did.
I mean, they were like, okay, you were superheroes. You got to go through the MCU workout routine. Why is Ironheart not called Iron Maiden? Because Iron Maiden was already a character in the comics.
Ironheart. Well, a missed opportunity.
Is it? Well, I thought that's what they were alluding to with Pepper Potts picking up the Iron Man piece, but we never got that. I guess we did. We did in Endgame.
Yeah.
She comes in with her, what does she call? Salvation? Rescue. Her rescue suit.
Armor. Yeah, the rescue suit. Yeah, so this is almost like a foreshadowing what we'll see later on Pepper Potts. And I like that. And it is fun to go back and watch the movie again, knowing everything about the characters we know by the time we get to Endgame. So it is fun to watch. And yeah, the comedy there's a lot of parts that, obviously Robert Downey Jr. is good at quipping, and he is the original one who does it really well, and probably to the detriment of future MCU properties that do too much quipping and not all of it works, because not everyone is Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. But
you have to have a good comedic timing to do these things.
Yes, and he is. He's very good at that.
He really is.
I liked I thought he played really well off of Harley Keener. I thought that was a cute relationship, and I enjoyed that part immensely. I thought it was cute to see him interact with that little kid. It's better than Thor all of a sudden getting a young child at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder for no reason at all. Like,
let's not get to phase 4 hating already. Let's stick to this right now.
Yeah, but and I thought that giving Pepper Potts more agency in the film, I liked that. She actually had a little bit. I mean, she still was a damsel in distress, but she also had a chance to kick some butt. And try to solve the problems herself, even though she still ended up in a trap. But it is what it is.
I really feel like this movie, and I'm sorry, I'm keep going back and forth between the things that I liked and didn't like, but I feel like this movie was the first time that I watched in the theater that was like, oh, this is catering to fans, because we had Mandarin, we had the Iron Patriot outfit, we had all the armors, and really they weren't a big part of it. It was just kind of like Easter eggs, like, oh, look at that, oh my gosh, it's the stealth armor, oh my gosh, it's the Mach 4, like, you're naming all these things, but then it's like it's catering to the fans as Easter eggs, and then they've been doing that for such a long time. Love the movie. Did not like Pepper Potts saving the day. It was not earned.
Definitely wasn't earned.
Come out of nowhere. Have you heard of Louis Theroux, the documentary maker? His cousin wrote the screenplay for Iron Man 3 and is an actor.
Did not know that.
Jenna Ortega was also in this movie. She was the vice president's daughter.
Holy crap. That's right. She was. When she was asked, the one who needed, wow, that's crazy.
Crazy how she's going to be Iron Lad 2.0.
She'll be something in the MCU. I don't know what it'll be, but she will be something, 100%. When they shot her, Gary, the guy in the van, is Adam Pally, which he also is one of the stormtroopers who attacked Grogu or with Jason Sudeikis was both of them.
That stupid line where he was like, "I got a tattoo of you," but it's based on the. That actually was funny. That made me laugh. I was like, "This is such a stupid joke." There are things in here that I did enjoy, but overall, I'm sorry. Were you done talking about everything that you liked and loved about this movie?
I mean, really, if it wasn't for this movie, I mean, I wouldn't get, this. So
great. Nobody got that. No one got that, and we're all better for it.
This kid, he's ready. Look at him. He is primed and ready to be a superhero and attend premieres.
Well, he's got an 8-movie contract with Marvel. He's got 6.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him with Brendan Fraser. Come on, put them both in something in the MCU. I know Brendan Fraser's in Doom Patrol, which premieres tomorrow.
Oh my goodness!
The 4th season. If you guys don't know, the first episode.
Now you know. 4 seasons. I'm assuming this will be the last of Doom Patrol. So it was a good show. I really like it.
Well, we'll see. We'll quickly talk about that news. As far as the last things we'll see. Anyways, so
what? Because the world's ending. What do you know? All right. Here comes the question. Here comes the answer, Panda. Was it really that bad?
So when I look at what the Rotten Tomatoes scores are,
I don't give a crap about Rotten Tomatoes. I'm asking you.
No, but was it? It was, for me, 7 out of 10. So it still falls in line with what everyone else said. It's just it wasn't great, but it wasn't the worst.
Mm-hmm. I'm not asking if it was the worst. I'm just wondering if it was that bad. And I'm the one that.
No, it's not bad. It's to me, it's not as that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. Was it that bad for you, Omar, on that rewatch it?
Honestly, no. This time around, I will say it was not that bad. I think I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
There we go.
It wasn't that bad. It was. Yeah. There were aspects of it that I really enjoyed, and there's a lot of merit to what they were trying to do. But sometimes when movies like this get too big and they try to do too much, it just kind of falls apart. But the way that it fell apart was mainly the little overdrawn plot and the editing. But it was. It wasn't as bad as I remember it being. And I guess that could be because it's been almost 10 years. Could be because we've had Shang-Chi, or it could be that
you miss RDJ.
I really do. I do miss that character.
Yeah.
Or it could be that just some of the Phase 4 has really set the bar for 7 out of 10 because of the monkeys. Yeah, 6 out of 10 because of the monkeys in the barrel. Or it could be that Phase 4, some of the lowest rating movies. I still don't agree with Thor: Love and Thunder being worse than Thor 2. I can't agree with that, especially. So I'm thinking I'm willing to go and revisit Thor: Love and Thunder next year for was it really that bad? For this one, it's a 6 out of 10. It wasn't that bad. What would you all rate it for the people that are watching right now? What would you give this out of 10? Is anyone playing a drinking game tonight? Every time Amanda talks about Harley Keener, you drink. No, we
talk about now. Y'all be drunk. No, we do have to redo Thor: Love and Thunder because it's not.
I can't even remember what I rated it, dude. I think I rated it a 5 or
a 6 or a 5. No, there's no way.
Thor 2, I know I rated a 3. It was horrible.
Thor: Dark World. It has a very generic villain, but at least Loki's in it to save it, and Thor still hasn't gone off the rails as this eccentric character with no direction, and everyone's
I love this woman, and still with her in it didn't help.
No, I would watch. I've watched Thor: Dark World many times. We talked about it on that episode, but I would not watch. Anyways,
I don't know. That's a hard one because is it something like is it the same case that me hating on this movie because I had expectations of the Mandarin from comic books and that's why I didn't like it this much? Is it the same for people that were, oh my gosh, Ragnarok is a masterpiece, Therefore, Love and Thunder is going to rock our worlds, and we're not ready for it. So your expectations were here. Therefore, when you watched it, your rating went like, "Holy crap, this is the worst movie I've seen." So it could be that too.
Well, no, for me, it wasn't that. It was, holy crap, Jason Aaron's run with the God Butcher and with
right,
James.
but that's again, I mean,
the like with the Mandarin, right? But that's how you.
Yeah. Well, The Extremist was such a better storyline than what they did.
Yeah, I was like, no, that for me is what. How could you do this to me, Taika Waititi? Those are two of the best storylines.
See, you're taking it personal. Like, how could you do this?
I do take it personal. Oh, yeah. I think who belong to for the win out of 10. A lot of like 6, 7s. 5 out of 10.
Buddy King,
7 out of 10.
Fort Cal.
News Pooey said he would give it a 6.5. Iron Man around a 9. Iron Man 2 is my least favorite Iron Man. We didn't even do it. Wasn't really that bad, but it is my least favorite. I believe.
Why haven't we done it? Was it really that bad?
I don't know. What I really want to do is, so guys, make sure you keep us to this. But when Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium comes out, I want to do a Was It Really That Bad beforehand of Ant-Man and the Wasp, because I know Omar.
Wait. No, we did do that. Was it really that bad of Ant-Man and the Wasp?
We did not.
Amanda, don't do
You just always talk about how much you dislike it.
I hated that movie because it's the same regurgitated jokes as the original movie. Yes, it is.
We'll need to do that.
To the point where we have the Latino dude give you a recap.
Well, no, I understand that, but we haven't done a wasn't really that bad.
Sure we
didn't? Someone else tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we haven't. You just always talk about it, how much you dislike it. Ryan's giving it a 7.5. Lionheart 7 out of 10. Ooh, Andrew's
you're right.
We
haven't done one. I just did a search. Okay.
Yeah. So when Quantumanium comes out, before that comes out, we'll do a Wasn't Really That Bad of Ant-Man and the Wasp, because I need to force Omar to rewatch it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna force you to rewatch something you hate. Love and Thunder is damn funny with a lot of action. See, so I know that some people do appreciate it. Ant-Man 2 was funny and moved the MCU forward. I don't know about King's. We were here, and now I don't think we're here. What is?
Yeah, Paul Rudd is national treasure. Omar.
Can we not do this? Phil Evans isn't even on tonight.
No,
what's happening?
Oh my goodness!
Here. Ant and the Wasp was mid-city. I would even think it's like. Let me tell you, my problem with Ant-Man and the Wasp was that was the first movie I remember watching, going, "Oh shit, the MCU has gotten too comfortable. They think they can put out this stuff and they're going to make millions of dollars," and they did.
They did.
Look what happened. We got Love and Thunder. We got all these MCU shows people are hating on. And I was calling it back then with Ant-Man and Wasp. I remember I'm like, man, they're caught slipping because this is not good. This is subpar. They should be doing things better than this. Omar, Amanda's right. Write that down. Make it. What the hell?
Yeah,
squat down. You guys should do a live stream ranking the MCU movies. You know, now that we have phase 4, I guess we could. Oh my god, that's gonna be hard.
That'd be a long live stream.
Did we do that before? Like,
no, we've never ranked the films. We could take our tier ranking we did for the phase 4 properties, we could just do that for all of the MCU films. Maybe just the films. Maybe
that would be a long because some of those.
I know, because they're part of it now. I understand.
I think it's important. I mean,
but like even Cloak and Dagger, even Shield, you haven't seen half those.
I'm not doing Cloak and Dagger.
Or what's the one I watched?
Unless them dudes are showing up in freaking Far From Home or whatever the next big event's gonna be, Secret Wars, I ain't doing Cloak and Dagger. Walton Goggins helps keep Ant-Man and Wasp from being that bad. He is a great actor. I love him in everything he's done.
Wonderful actor.
Always right, Amanda. Is this the route we're going, guys?
This is the route we're going.
This is not the route we're going. Omar, we're on the same wavelength with our love for X-Men. Oh, thanks, brother. Thank you, brother. Okay, we're good again. Then we're good again. I thought for a minute, I'm like, what's happening here? I thought your girl took your account or something.
Yes. Oh, Sebastian said we could do a live stream per phase. We did phase 4. We could go back and do a phase 1 ranking, phase 2, and phase 3. If we want to,
be fun, and it honestly would be fun to do the DCEU because
it would be, because I'd be interested to see what your I mean, now DCU. I've only seen.
I don't even know what is the beginning of the DCU, the Nolan trilogy. Is that the beginning of the DCEU? Are they still in? I mean, they're not. Nothing is really sacred and in continuity. Whereas here,
I don't know. Is it Man of Steel or is it the Nolan trilogy? Can someone tell us? Speaking of that, I have several things about
movie news. I'm excited about Omar rewatching it.
Me too, Josh. Me too.
Movie I didn't like.
Yeah, but the DCEU.
Before we do talk about this,
yes.
What are we talking about next week, Panda?
Oh, a DC film. Is that what you wanted to do? So we'll do another Was It Really That Bad next Wednesday. And is that what we're going to do?
Was it really that good next Wednesday?
We're going to do Was It Really That Good? A reverse on Batman Returns, which I think is also kind of a Christmas movie. Is that why we chose it?
Yeah, so we wanted like a Christmas themed superhero, and the only ones I could think of are Iron Man 3 and Batman Returns.
Yes.
So I figured we do Was It Really That Bad, because I wasn't a big fan of Iron Man 3, or Was It Really That Good, because oh my gosh, I love Batman Returns.
And I haven't seen it forever. So it'd be fun to rewatch it. And it's an older movie, so that'd be kind of cool to come back and rewatch it. So we'll do that next week. And we'll see if somehow we can get a
when does Way of Water come out? Because I want to review that.
That's next Friday. That's what I was gonna say. We need to maybe we can do a live stream after Cousins Christmas. We try to go.
We talk about that every time we get too tipsy.
I know.
It aged fine, not that bad. Could have been. Oh, that one is. Was it really that good? Because that one is rated as one of the highest rated
Batman. Yeah, but Michael Keaton, right? So it's it makes sense.
Amanda's never seen Die Hard, dude. What's funny is we went to a trivia, and Amanda and I kick butt at trivia. It's a lot. We make our own trivia for our family. It's a lot of fun.
Just recently. It was great.
Oh man. But she had never seen it, so it kind of became. I get it. It would be like going to Harry Potter trivia for me, because I don't know much about Harry Potter. No, actually, it'd be worse than that. It would be like Bring It On trivia for me. Because
trivia.
Yeah, man, no, anyway. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of boring just sitting there. But there was an all Die Hard trivia. Now we kicked butt, the team did, but it was just not fun for anybody that hadn't watched it. But yeah, she hadn't seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it. So it was basically only two people at our table, him and another friend of ours. The rest of us haven't seen it. Yeah, I do need to. Maybe we should do you know what we have? Maybe we should do that. We used to do that. We did with Superman, and it was first time.
Oh, first time review, first time viewer review.
First time, yeah. Because he came in. It was kind of like old reader, new reader, but it was for movies where Omar was we watched the movie Omar had already seen multiple times. We did Superman, right?
It's kind of like old reader, new reader, but for new viewers. It was a lot of fun.
Did I just say that?
What's that?
Everyone says screw Batman, watch Die Hard. Maybe we should change it.
Dude, Die Hard's so good though. I would
love to watch Die Hard. Not that I wouldn't love to watch Batman, but Omar did kind of come up with the schedule, so it's up to him if he wants to change it.
You know what? This is your baby though. I'm in charge of Near Mint Condition. You're in charge of real stuff.
I know. I would. Okay, quick poll, guys. Who's in the chat? Would you rather see us do a first time view review of Die Hard next week and watch me react to Die Hard for the first time? Or would you like us to do it? Was it really that good of Batman Returns? No.
Interesting. Die Hard's based on
Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie.
Yes, Lethal Weapon. Yes,
something about that.
Weapon. Yes, that's a good answer.
Yes,
I love Lethal Weapon, and that has ties to superhero movies because it was Richard Donner who directed Superman. So there you go, Lethal Weapon. Right.
Yeah.
Wow, nobody is voting for. Are you guys? This is a comic book channel. You guys are voting for Die Hard. I love it.
I think
my man. We back. We back, Kings.
Yes.
Fort Cow. We back.
Yes.
We back.
But it is a comics channel. We do sometimes do things that are not.
I'm okay with doing Die Hard. We've done other shit. Amanda made me do
the romantic comedies.
A couple years ago, and I'm like. And then you never paid it back because I was supposed to do a horror theme, and you're like, I need to take a break from the channel, so we never got my horror theme.
We'll do a horror thing. We'll do the horror thing.
No, we got to wait all the way to October. Lethal Weapon is a masterpiece.
No, do we though? I mean,
I think most people get in the mood. Lately, I've seen some really good horror movies that we can talk about.
How would you even watch the Star Wars Christmas special? I think only the animated portion?
It's everywhere. You can probably find it on YouTube. There's Michael Emmett. I ain't seen him for a minute on one of these. Covering up the gray in my hair to die, my dude.
Oh, Boom put out a Die Hard comic? Okay.
They did. Come on, John McClane. So many memorable lines, man. Oh, it's so good when he's talking to himself because I feel like that so often, like just snapping. Did we do the guard? We did, Michael. Where you been, dude?
Yep, we did that a couple weeks back. We did that plus what was the other thing we read with it? Willow, right?
I think we did Willow, and then we finished Andor.
Speaking of which, did you watch today's episode of Willow yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Why? Have you?
No, I'm just asking.
Oh, Barbarian was good, but have you seen Deathstream? Anybody that's got Shudder, if you haven't seen Deathstream, go and watch it. It is so good. I think Barbarian's still my favorite one this year. It was a good year for horror. Like
it was
American horror too.
Yes.
Normally I say it's a good year for horror, and it's like usually foreign horror. Because they do wonderful things, but it was a good year for horror this year.
Yeah,
I feel like this channel celebrates greatness, and a few things are greater than Die Hard. That's right. Dude, I still think Die Hard with a Vengeance holds up. I don't care what anybody says. Die Hard.
I think you have a clear winner there.
Now I have a machine. Dude, that was one of the questions. What was the quote?
It was. Yep, it was a question.
Dude, we wrote it out. The entire
thing. Did. All right. Let's see. So we will scratch that. We're gonna do a first time review of Die Hard next week because that's what y'all want, which is great.
That makes me happy
about that. Yes. And someone had asked earlier, I think it was Saved Archer. When's the last time you watched Avatar 1? When's the last time you watched it?
Probably about 3 years ago with Lydia.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm excited to see the sequel. I'll be honest. I don't care what Martin Scorsese, James Cameron, and taking things out of context with what Quentin Tarantino said. That is their opinion. They still make some damn good movies.
Yes.
I did like Terrifier 2, but I think that needed good editing. That needed better editing to tighten it down some. I appreciate, brother, that they had practical effects. Like there was a scene for anybody that has seen it where I'm like, how they cut that girl's arm off? Like how they do that? They really cut a girl's arm off because that looks way too real. Oh, it was so good. I liked it. Back on Disney Plus. So no time. Oh, wait. Die Hard watch party on Discord. That would be fun if given the time. But
yes,
that's something we have to plan for. So maybe whenever we do those, maybe Amanda and I can talk about doing those on Discord because this is a lot of fun. And our Patreons really enjoy them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And we watch it all the time. My daughter loves Avatar for some reason.
That is one of Amanda's favorite movies of all time, though. That's the movie. That's your freaking Ant-Man and Wasp Avatar, Last Airbender.
Everyone's. It's a travesty. I mean, I have Zuko. I love Avatar: Last Airbender. Zuko's hanging out over there. I had a crush on an animated character. I have a crush on, but oh my god,
I got crushed on many animated.
Like, what did they do? Oh my god, that stupid kid from Twilight should not have been Sokka. Like what? What dumb. The only good part was the only good part is they casted Dev Patel, who's a great actor, in a bad movie. Ugh.
Oh, that happens all the time.
I know, but I was okay with being Zuko, except for the fact he's in a terrible, bad movie.
Wow.
Of a beautiful show. Really an even more beautiful sequel trilogy series with Korra. It's just a bad movie. Bad.
Josh is asking if he can block Sebastian for that question. No, you're not allowed to block.
Bad movie.
That's a good movie. Everybody hold that. That's our ace up our sleeve for the next time Amanda makes me watch something I don't want to.
The bad movie. The bad. Shame on you, M. Night Shyamalan, for ruining a beautiful property.
Oh, yes, because he's made masterpieces. Anyway, that's a whole. There was a movie that he did based on a graphic
novel. The Happening.
There was that. Did you see Old? That was God dang it, girls.
I saw Old. Yes,
that was based on a graphic novel. I like the premise, but again, it's M. Night Shyamalan. The execution, like the happening, sucked. Yeah. Omar, the critics are saying that the new Avatar feels like Cameron went to another planet and filmed the movie. Oh, dude,
that's amazing.
They say hands down better in every way to the original. Okay, I can't wait to see it, dude. Yeah, quoting Amanda. That should be on a t-shirt. Bad. Omar, no te culpo por hacer Die Hard, pero estoy un poco decepcionado solo para que sepas, pero tienes que darles a tus fans lo que quieren. Eso es lo que estoy diciendo yo también, mi hermano. A veces pero en este canal nosotros hemos hecho otros movies como what were some of the romantic comedies you made me watch?
I don't know.
Yeah, so we did do some of those in the past. I'm okay with doing those from time to time, and we're bringing back comic book centric. But I do want to review Avatar too. And
it's also not a comic book.
Yeah, I'm okay with doing those from time to time. That's why we have this, right? We have real stuff to do with our thing, and then whenever, because I'll be honest with everybody. Like I was telling Amanda, no, I wasn't. I was telling Maddie. That doing shows like this is a huge break for me from doing the heavy reading and then talking about these books, doing overviews and things like that. It's a nice break. I love doing these shows. A review I saw of Avatar 2 said the visuals are amazing, but the story just rehashes the same things from the first movie without making any progress.
What I was worried about, but I'm excited to see it. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I think that was on our list. It is really good.
I don't think we watched that, did we? All right.
No, I think we listed our favorite romantic comedies is what we did. So you didn't have, I didn't make.
Dude, I want to watch Avatar 2. Avatar 1 came out in 2009, I think.
Of course I'm going to. I mean, I don't really want it to beat out, Endgame or whatever. It's inevitable. I mean, it's fine. I'll get over it.
Oh, come on. I mean, look how long the MCU has reigned over the top movies. All right, what news do we got, Panda? What we got? Okay. We got some bad news for Patty Jenkins saying they're not moving forward with Wonder Woman 3.
Yes, so that is the news that we have heard is that Wonder Woman 3 is not moving forward. So I guess this is part of the new James Gunn, Peter Safran reign. Go ahead.
Hold on, sweetie. Hold on. I wish my dad was still here to see Avatar 2. Brother, much love to you, man. I'm sorry. I wish he was too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine. And so they're apparently going to be meeting next week with Zaslav, the CEO of this new Megla, conglomeration. And they're going to start, reshaping and talking about what the future is going to look like for the DC Studios is what they're calling it now. And so, but one of the things I think that is reported getting cut is going to be Wonder Woman 3. So it looks like they're trying to move in a different direction. The other news, though, is that apparently the directors of Batgirl have a scheduled talk with James Gunn.
It's so weird that we know all of this. Like, this should be behind the scenes.
It is. And Hollywood Reporters, though, are the ones who are reporting this. And I don't know if it means that, they have, the two directors said they have not shut the door on working with Warner Brothers again after the cancellation of the Batgirl film. And it looks like maybe, Gunn apparently reached out to them. And I think that he wants to talk about future projects. I don't think we're going to see Batgirl maybe get revived, but he may be tasking them to work on other projects for DC Studios.
And much love to you too, Brian, for losing your dad after Iron Man. I understand. I have much love to you guys. Sorry, man.
No, you're fine.
Let's see. Yeah. I also Blue Beetle's moving forward, which surprises me that
we got a
property like that.
Yep, we got the poster with just not a major poster, a teaser poster.
But it's the scarab, right?
It's scarab. It looks great. I'm so excited for him. The actor from Cobra Kai, he's great, Miguel, and I can't wait to see him as Jaime. It's going to be wonderful. I'm excited for that, DC. And then the other funny news is apparently there's a rumor that James Gunn is going to take away the long-standing rule on how many gorillas DC Comics can put in, or something like that. Or I don't know. There's a gorilla limit.
In the comics? In the comics?
Yeah.
Like
James
Gorilla Grodd and
DC's long-standing gorilla limit that we've probably never heard of.
I didn't. So is he like dipping his toes into the comic book stuff?
I don't know if it's for the comic books. Yeah, so in the 1950s areas, DC Comics, they saw popularity of gorillas skyrocket, and they used to see a lot of gorillas on the cover of issues of Strange Adventures, Tales of the Unexpected. But then their editorial director then implemented a one gorilla a month rule, and apparently James Gunn says he's going to get rid of that. I have no idea. I just thought it was really weird.
Nobody at DC Comics was abiding by that, I'm sure, right? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like,
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so those are some interesting things, developments. I mean, obviously the DC studios has a long way to go with James Gunn and Peter Safran, but it looks like some things are starting to move. We also saw that Kingdom Come tease, or was it a Kingdom Come tease, or was it just like I need a picture of Superman planning, and that's what popped up? I don't know, but
it was just a table.
It was just a table. That's all.
Panos is saying 5:26. I'm here, AM here, and can't sleep. Thanks for keeping me company.
Oh, you're welcome.
Dude, it's what we do. We love keeping people company.
Do.
That's why gorillas are holding. Well, I mean, that's why we had Gorilla City, Gorilla Grodd. Who's the guy with the fearsome 5 and the brain that's in love with the brain? Oh my goodness, man! You guys, this is like a. My mother died during the time of Infinity War's release. My brother and I watched it like 4 times in the theater to help us feel something. God dang it! I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna say who it was, dude. I read linear. I don't know how to. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't see that. Ultra Humanite. Yep. Ultra Humanite. Mandarin is so underwhelming in the movie, in my opinion. Jordan, welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party.
We're watching Die Hard next week. Welcome to the party, pal.
Yes, good old Mandarin. Yes.
Do your evening yoga, Matthew.
That's amazing. Good for you, Matthew. Keep it up. You keep that up. But yeah, so that's all I really had. I was just really, obviously there's not a ton of stuff out with Christmas around the corner. Not a lot of things are being splashed. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some nice Christmas gift coming up. Marvel does have their lizards. They love their lizards.
They do.
Yes. But yeah, next week, I guess we're going to do Die Hard, a first-time view review. And Omar will talk about what he loves about the film. I'll give my review about seeing it for the very first time.
What is there not to like? That is.
I'll be honest. I'm interested. I mean, remember how I shat on Dark Phoenix?
No, we don't do that here.
You don't now.
We don't do that here. Yeah, nobody craps on Dark. I remember I was drunk for that review. And she's talking about the Dark Phoenix comic.
Yes.
Not the freaking movies.
Which we both did kind of crap on those too. So there we go.
Oh, the movies were horrible, but the comics, how dare you? That's what was exactly. It we need to do. Was it really that bad for you and Maddie on my birthday for Dark Phoenix Saga? You are gonna reread that.
I don't know if it did change.
I'm sorry, what?
That's it. Yeah. Quickly.
If I have to watch Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yes. Yes, Phil Owens. I did hear about Chris Hemsworth taking a break for health reasons. Apparently. So if you guys haven't watched Limitless, his Discovery National Geographic show that's on Disney Plus, he basically found out on one of the episodes he made them air it. They said, "Do you want to air it?" That he has a gene or he predisposed for Alzheimer's, and he did. I think he said his grandfather had Alzheimer's, someone else in his family, so it is genetic. And so he's realizing after that he needs to take a break, spend time with his family. And I know when that kind of stuff happens, you do want to take a break and kind of rethink your life and reassess, what do you want to do and what's the most important.
It is new though, right? Like what they're able to tell that you're going to get, like chances of you getting Alzheimer's is going to be pretty significantly high.
Yeah.
That's still like kind of new study. And it still sucks. Nobody wants to hear anything like that.
No, of course.
But Okay. Knowing the future kind of sucks. That is an understatement, Panos. That is an understatement. I like Phoenix, but she keep coming back. Both his parents have a gene, which increases the chances of him getting it. That sucks. All right. Let's end it on a good note.
Die Hard?
That's right. We're gonna do Die Hard, and then the following week we're gonna do Die Hard 2, which is not that good. Then Die Hard with a Vengeance, and we don't need to watch any of the other ones because they all suck.
We gotta do Way of the Water. We gotta do Way of the Water.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. And you'd watch the other crappy movies with Justin Long, Die Hard Another Day, or whatever the hell it was called.
Live Free, Die Hard.
Die Hard. That was it.
It came out in the MTV like TRL era, and I like Justin Long. Yeah. So yeah, that was I never actually saw the movie. I just remember him being in it because they promoted the crap out of it.
Under Siege, dude, that had the girl from Playboy, and she was also in Baywatch. She came out of that cake. We should do some Steven Seagal movies. Live Free and Die Hard is a class. It's not. No one considers that a classic. Not even Kevin Smith. Which is better, Lethal Weapon 1 or 2? 2. I love Lethal Weapon 2. Yes. I'm sure she still looks really good, though. Erica, you can't now pronounce her last name.
Eleniak?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And yes, Damien Chazelle is the director you're talking about. For La La Land, I think who's directing. Was he directing? Live Free, Die Hard? I'm really not sure.
Oh, I don't know who directed it. Introducing my 12-year-old son to Die Hard this weekend.
Oh, there we go.
I watched it with my daughter when she was 12 years old, and she liked it. One. Watch that movie with my dad. Awkward. Dude, I bet when she stepped out that cake, though, I bet your dad was like, closer. Wait, how old were you, though, Raphael?
Oh, boy, that all sounds awkward.
Lethal Weapon 4 had Jet Li. They did. But 1 and 2 were great. I love when they added Joe Pesci into the mix, too.
Yeah.
All right, so next week, our homework is like this.
Die Hard.
To watch Die Hard, everybody.
Oh, yeah. It's never that hard.
Williams, big fan of your music scores.
Love your music.
He hears that every time.
Can't wait to see your final bow with Indiana Jones 5. Yeah, anyway. All right. So yeah, next week is Die Hard. So with that, that was Was It Really That Bad for Iron Man 3. If you are just joining us, rewind it back. See what we thought of the Shane Black action movie that we just witnessed for phase 2 of the MCU. And
you're in for a treat, my friend.
Yes, you are. Go ahead and watch it, and then check back and watch us next Wednesday. Same time, same place, same bat channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at nearmintcon. Remember to check us out on Patreon. For $1 a month or more, you can support us in this channel and all that we do, and also on Spreadshop for some great Near Mint condition merchandise. And finally, if it's classy and cool, it must be Near Mint. Good journey, everyone. For us here at Reels Talk, we'll see you next week for Die Hard.
Yep. And I'll be doing a paperback. I'll be doing a new reading order of The Amazing Spider-Man in 2023. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thanks for signing us off, Panda.
You're welcome.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button.